And so this is your reading for July 2024. Right, let's see what they have in store for you. So, they're showing me something behind a door, something behind a closed door. So it's something that you're not able to get to at the moment. But we've got like a really heavy duty implement, like a tool that is cutting through the door. So you're going to get there, they're saying, one way or another. You're going to get to where you're meant to go. And they're also showing me like a tadpole. So it's something in its really early stages, almost not been born yet. Like tadpoles become frogs. Let's just get those out. They go from I don't know what it's called, like the jelly stuff, where they're not even tadpoles, I guess. So it's kind of like you're held in, the form is held in some kind of liquid, a bit like being in the womb or something. So it's that kind of thing they're showing me. And then the tadpole starts to move and comes out, and you have a slow movement towards what you want. So this is representing this month. And then they're showing me ears, like human ears on a head. They're saying you need to listen to your own intuition this month, in terms of there's something, they want you to look out for something. So you're either going to get a message through from your guides. It's going to be like they're saying things can come around in weird and wonderful ways. So it's not going to be like bashing you over the head, this message, so that you can see it. It's going to be very, like they're saying, translucent, like almost you blink and you'll miss it, they're saying. So they want you to just stay very vigilant and aware of your surroundings this month and what you see around you, and take everything basically as a message. They're going to send you a message. So if you take everything, it's like they want you to kind of look at things in a different way. So it's like anything that's manifesting around you physically. For example, people's behavior, things like that. So if you come across, oh goodness, if you come across somebody who is acting erratically, they're saying, take it as a sign of what the energy is doing for you. So rather than look at that person and come to a judgment and being like, oh, look at them, they're off their heads, or they don't know what they're doing, or kind of looking at the person, don't do that. Ask yourself, well, what does that mean for me? If that person, if I'm seeing somebody, or I'm getting something coming towards me, like someone's behavior, and it seems like really off, unusual in maybe in terms of who they normally are, see it as a sign, rather than look at the person and judge them, right? So you want to be like, what does that mean for me? What does this, because it's energy jumping around. If somebody's kind of jumpy around you, or maybe flies off the handle, or they're saying does something unusual. Maybe you're sitting next to somebody on the sofa and suddenly they leap off the sofa and scream, or something like that. And you get, oh, what's up with you? It's like, just look at what's just happened rather than who they are, and take it as a sign that it's like something's going to change for you, right? If something happens that's like really spontaneous that you see in your environment, then that means that there's something going to happen for you that's just going to suddenly happen. And then they've got this, like, where they're talking about this breaking down the door, it's like exactly as they said before, it's like whatever is meant for you is going to happen for you sooner or later. And it's like you can't see what's going on all the time. You can't see into the vibration and how things are changing and coming towards you. if you're not able to read that energy. So the closest that you get is to look at your environment, the physical environment, and judge it differently than, it being about the physical environment. See it as the energy pushing through and showing you how things are about to change. And therefore they're saying you will kind of release yourself from where you're pinned down and unable to thrive. So it's not a month about you moving anywhere or doing anything. That's not what they're talking about. I mean, you may well be doing that, but what they're talking about is your vibration thriving by you letting go of what you perceive the physical environment is and reading it differently. So you're going to distance yourself from people in terms of like your maybe your emotional connection to people, your mental connection, like the way you think about other people. You're going to be finding yourself distancing yourself in that respect. And it's almost like you're just coming towards yourself internally and embracing yourself internally and kind of letting go of anything around you that could be something that's a burden. When they say pinned down, it's like you're going to be letting go of anything that's kind of been holding you back from feeling really good, which is often things like, somebody around you does something and you're like, oh, they're really annoying me. I wish they'd stop doing that. So, and then you lose vibration, you go into like a negative kind of feeling. So this month is about you going beyond that experience really and seeing things differently. So you're going to be, it's a more wondrous experience to be alive when you let go of the fear. It's almost like, we're not saying this about you particularly, but it's like when things irritate a person, it's a control thing. It's like you need everything to be the same or to be the way that you want it so you can feel good, including how other people behave, right? You just want them to be almost inert or to like not bother you, right? So that you can feel good. But then you've got to understand everything as a manifestation of how you feel. So even like how other people are with you is a manifestation of how you feel. It's like you bring to you. So that's why people's personalities can change, and they can be one way with one person, another way with another person, because you're getting back what you give out vibrationally. You're drawing towards you from where you are vibrationally. So they just want you to kind of unhook yourself from that from anything that's like letting your surroundings bother you. We've got Two of Pentacles and we've got the Empress, right? So it's like you're going to be reborn again in some way, and this is people coming towards you. The reason that you're being reborn is so that you can be more detached from everybody in the world, which means that you will be fully in your power. So you're not going to need anyone for anything. You're not going to need anyone's approval or validation. You're going to simply just thrive on your own. So you're going to be your own. You don't need anyone else to be your higher self for you. Sometimes you might have a friend and you turn to them when you need advice and you listen to them and you're like, oh yeah, that's really helping. You're really telling me. It's like you're going to move away from having somebody like that and you're just going to be that person to yourself. So you're becoming your own best friend, which means that you can be detached somewhat from other people so that you're not in that what can be quite negative, because somebody does something like they say and then it can make you like almost like, oh, I don't want anything to do with them anymore, they're really annoying me, or I don't think they should be doing that. It's like you turn around from that and you're like, well, that's not my circus, not my monkeys, that's their life to do what they want with that, and my life is my life, and I choose to thrive, so I choose to rise above any egoic valuation on that person. So that's what you're going to kind of reap from this month. Seven of Pentacles coming out, so that's July. The reason you're going through that is so that you can basically be completely attached to your higher self. It's almost like you've gone into something, it might be in relationship to people where you have been, you know that this happens maybe, because this is wisdom coming out in the Hermit. So maybe you understand that principle that we kind of get up in each other's faces sometimes and kind of want to be in other people's business and want other people to behave the way that we want them to behave so that we can feel comfortable. But the ideal situation is that you just understand it's not necessary to have that to feel good. All that's necessary to feel good is to let go of what the other person's like and not want them to change, because otherwise you're in that wanting to control, and that control is really tight and it's resistance, and it means you cannot feel good. If you're needing to control something outside of yourself that you cannot control, right, then you cannot feel good. And like they say, everything that comes to you comes from your vibration, either your negative or your positive vibration. So the more you let go and you don't need anything to be different outside of yourself, the more that what comes to you in the physical matches up to that feeling. And this is something coming along from you getting to that point. We've got the ending here, you see, around your head as well in the Nine of Swords, right in the heart of the matter. So that's the ending of you being inside your head, like going, whatever it is, something maybe is going to show up for you this month. I really feel strongly it is, in terms of a person. Maybe it's already just shown up. And it's something that you will release around. You will let that person go in some way, but not in a light of a violent or aggressive way. And when I say that, I mean that can be inside yourself. Very often it's just a feeling inside yourself, like, like we'll say to ourselves, oh, I don't want anything to do with them anymore, and it's a castaway. Right, that intrinsically is in whoever's doing it. That's a narcissistic reaction, because that's what narcissists do. They narcissistically discard someone. They just throw them away. So you're going to end this month without having that inside you anymore, ever. So you'll never do it again. Separation, Five of Pentacles. So it's for what you are separated from. So we've got here the incoming person, right? You being reborn, the end of all that goes on inside yourself, which is, and it's not just you, it goes on inside everyone, but it's just for you this month that they're talking about it, is that, we either hook into what is the light or we hook into what is the dark. And the dark is simply sometimes just having a negative judgment on somebody, and the seeing of that and the letting go of that is your freedom. And from that comes to you what you truly desire. So you've got that coming following this month. On the way, Three of Wands. So created through your vibration is the Three of Wands. So it's on the way for you, right? July ending, Nine of Swords. Seven of Pentacles, sorry, that's July. Physically, what comes in July? Nine of Swords, ending of something inside yourself, machinations, This like human impulse to judge and cast aside, ending of that. And then Three of Wands and what's on the way from that, which means what's on the way from feeling better and feeling free of that impulse. And then we've got Nine of Pentacles, which is the feminine in her power, so that's you. And like they're saying there with the Empress, your rebirth, right? And what is your power? Your power is not power over other people. Your power is your power over yourself. It's your harmonizing with your vibration. It's your physical self harmonizing with your vibrational self. That's why she's shown as physical. She's got a higher self on her arm, and that's you are one in that you come together that way, which means you are at your point of attraction, which means you're going to draw to you what comes from the power of being in your point of attraction, basically, and comes to you in the physical. This is abundance in the physical. So whatever it is you've wished for, more money, more health, more good times, more happiness, more joy, more fun, a holiday, a new pet, a new coat, a new pair of socks, whatever it is, twin flame reunion, a new soulmate, whatever it is you wished for, whatever it is you wish for, whatever it is you desire, arises from you. We're not saying you just get the one thing. You might get multiples of a thing. Because when you're in your point of attraction, it's not like, okay, you can have that one thing now. It's like, well, okay, the floodgates open and it all comes charging at you. So you've got multiple choices coming up from a feeling of let go. Ego, Two of Swords. So what's coming towards you in terms of another person is bringing the ending of the ego. Two of Swords. Two of Pentacles, one person coming towards you. Like say they might have already arrived. It could be an interaction, a simple interaction, or somebody telling you something. Nine of Swords, the ending of the ego. Two of Swords is the ego. So someone's, whatever it is that's happening in the physical dimension, look at it differently. So see that it's coming towards you for a reason. Not that it's coming forward because it's attacking you, or because that person's doing something wrong and that person should therefore not do it. It's coming to you for a very valuable reason, as a standout moment in your process, for you to acknowledge what happens inside yourself when something goes on that you don't like, and for you to let go of it and say, it's not my business, and they can, and that's the end of it. I mean, we could say, and you say, and they can do whatever they want, but actually you don't even say that to yourself. You just say, it's not my business, and you let go. And underneath, Six of Swords, which is the letting go. So you're going to have a let go month, right? That's in the heart of the matter, the ending of the ego, and underlying that is the Six of Swords, which is a let go around the ego. So you're going to feel better by the end of the month. You're going to feel really good, actually, I have to say. It's not a negative month just because this one thing comes up. It's a very powerful potion, they're saying, for change, for your liberation, and you're rising into your, they just said perfect. I don't know. Perfect's a bit of a perfect word, isn't it? I don't know. Perfect vibration, they said. Right, so I'll leave you with that. And lots of love. And I will see you next month, if not before.